Let me use this to explain to you. The molecule you have on the screen is a molecule of water made up of oxygen. The red is the oxygen, and then each of the white is hydrogen. So you have H2O, so 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. So that forms a single molecule of water. If you compare it with our family analogy, so we have Kofi and his children coming together to form one nuclear family. And if each of them is an atom, there is some kind of bond that exists between Kofi and his wife, between him and his male child, and then between him and his female child. That kind of bond is known as interatomic bond. That kind of bond is known as what? Interatomic bond. Basically, that is what it means. So an interatomic bond is the bond that exists between the individual atoms that make up a molecule or a compound. So if you have sodium chloride, the bond that holds the sodium and the chlorine together, the bond that holds the sodium atom and the chlorine atom together is known as interatomic bond. I think that is clear. But you would agree with me that if you have a bucket of water is not made up of just one water molecule. No, there are several water molecules that come together to form the bucket of water, which also means that a nuclear family does not exist isolated from its extended family. No, remember the extended family analogy? So we have Kofi out here. Yes, Kofi out here, forming one molecule. And then we have Kofi's brothers out here also forming their own molecule. But they all came together to form one extended family. So if you check here, we have one water molecule, another water molecule. Good. Then we have the third water molecule. But the good news is this. Between each water molecule, there is a bond. So you have molecule 1, molecule 2, and then there is a bond holding the two molecules together. We have this molecule and this molecule. There is a bond holding this molecule together. The type of bond that holds the individual molecules together is known as what? Intermolecular bond. Meanwhile, the type of bond that holds the individual atoms together of a molecule are known as what? Interatomic bond. I think you get that right. Good. So as a recap, if this is a molecule, we can compare this to a nuclear family made up of individual atoms. And then the bond that holds the atoms together is known as what? Interatomic bond. So as a result, we have one molecule, another molecule, but the bond that holds the molecules together is known as intermolecular bond. I hope that makes sense and it is easy for us to understand. But the lesson doesn't end here. There are several types of interatomic and intermolecular bonds. So if you find this lesson easy to understand and you want me to prepare a similar lesson on the various types of interatomic bonds, write it in the comment section. And based on the request, the popular request, I'll record a lesson on that. So if you want a lesson on the types of interatomic bonds and the type of intermolecular bond, write it in the comment section. I'll do well to read that. And based on how frequent people request me to record a lesson on it, I'll find an appropriate time to do that. So this brings us to the end of this lesson. If you find it interesting, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and see you in our next lesson.